on my jar at 100 milliliters, and that's 300 bees. So no matter how big your jar is, just find out where the 100 mils is. If you fill a measuring cup with water to 100 milliliters, then fill your jar and make a line, and that's 300 bees.
And that's after you've added the sugar? That looks like the sugar.
There is a little coating, but
okay.
Just like
but it's before you.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so downward motion, they just kind of fall right in. Right, you don't want to disrupt the cappings, because that will kill the larvae or the pupae inside. Okay, it is mean, but you need to know because the mites are mean, right? And they will kill your hive. So it's really important to know, and they will stay alive, most of them. Some might die, but mites are so awful they will kill your hive if they're left unchecked. So it's really important to keep an eye on how many you have. So we're getting to 300, but I want to show you guys, so I'll do a little bit. Okay, so if you kind of keep shaking them, they'll stay down. Downward motion, see how they just kind of fall right in?
Yeah, I've actually done that.
Okay. Yeah, easy. So I'll keep the lid kind of on, put this back. So, too many. They'll get groomed. This is like a treat. It's sugar.
Who doesn't like sugar, right?
Right. Okay. Then you put 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar through the screen. Yep. And then.
It's okay to use powdered sugar that has cornstarch in it?
Yeah, this is just a quick thing. You know, I think if you're doing the powdered sugar dusting, you might want to choose a different kind of sugar without the cornstarch. But this is just a quick. And we're going to dump most of it into. Okay, roll the bees up, kind of shake them as much as you can without the sugar coming out. You know, you want to be a little bit aggressive here.
They're pretty tough.
The idea is the sugar will dislodge the mites. The sugar will, the mites they won't cling onto the bees this way. So we'll get them all coated and shake as much as you can. And then let it sit. There's two ways to do this, and I'm not sure which is the correct way. But some people say put it in the sun for a minute, and some people say put it in the shade for a minute. So I think the shade would be good because you just never know how much sun. Yeah, and I think you could really do some damage here to trees. So we'll leave it in the shade for a minute. And meanwhile, I've got some raffle prizes. So we're going to do a trivia question while we wait for those bees to kind of cook. So who can remember how many days you need to wait until you can check your queen that you just introduced?
10 days.
12.
Okay.
12.
What is the what's the name of the law that you can sell honey to people if you have the label if you have less than 20 hives, if you're selling it to outside your house?
Farm.
No inspection needed. He's cheating. No.
Farm, yeah.
You're
Farm.
close. Who said farm direct? Okay. And you were so close.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, one more. Let's see, a brood disease one. Rosella and Caressa. How long do American foul brood spores persist in a hive?
Right, in 80 years, forever.
All right, good job.
Pass it on, I've got one.
Got one? Awesome, good job. Who else said 80 years? Did you?
I said forever.
Forever. Let's see. Yeah. I need another. What does PMS stand going for? Ah, yes! Good job. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so they've been the heat from the bees also it helps the mites dislodge. It dehydrates the bees a little bit, and the mites tend to come off. That's why we do the waiting period. And now we're going to shake them, and this is it. You do get a little aggressive with the shaking, but you want these mites to come off. So I'm going to shake into this tub. So the mites will fall out with the sugar, and the bees will stay in.
You said the last time they checked it was 35.
30 mites per 300 bees.
Wow.
Yeah. We recently did a test on alcohol wash versus powdered sugar shake. We did 20 hives back to back. We did the same frame, and we collected some for alcohol and some for powdered sugar. And we came up with no significant difference.
Cool.
So you can do it either way. Well, we only did 20. I would suggest that we do a much larger sample size before we start saying stuff like that. But I think, the stats for that test showed no significant.
You were seeing the same amount of mites, regardless of.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but it was the average showed us. If you think you might need a little more sugar, just to get everything, you can add a little bit more. Shake it up again. I think we got a lot. I can see a lot.
Why just the couple tablespoons? I mean, is there no reason? I watched an alcohol wash done and they got flooded with alcohol.
Right, the alcohol. If you did an alcohol wash, you'd flood the whole thing. I think you want some space for them to still move.
Okay.
There can be such thing as too much, probably. You can probably.
But it's not that.
Yeah, around the
Yeah, that's the idea of the survival.
Oh, it was for kids. Oh, what is it? How many days?
Yeah. The other one. Where?
To me, it
tastes good.
count the mites in the sugar.
Years.
I find, and I've done an alcohol wash.
We
before
did
I was
that.
played.
Okay, so here's our powdered sugar with our mites in it. But they're hard to see because they're covered in sugar. And so what we're going to do now is pour some water in here. You just need a little bit.
So that clarifies.
And yeah, it dissolves the sugar, and you can see them move.
There we go, there's your answer.
And lots. Just pass this around. Yeah, then we'll count them.
And that's 300 bees, so just take a third of that to give you the number of bees per hundred.
Yeah. So we're done. This is a really high number for this time of year. We will need to do something, or else this will crash this fall. Already, I can kind of tell it's a little bit smaller than it was, and they're not really producing. They're not making a lot of honey. Do you guys want to see if we can find some more PMS symptoms? We can see if we can find some wing virus or some of that brood that's kind of funky. Maybe we can find some frass.
She just pulled that one out and saw that it was not on. It was enough for that one.
See, they're cleaning each other, they're licking each other. It will be fine.
So when they do that, they're all stuck. When they clean them, they just fall off.
The mites should have all dropped into there.
No, but I mean, if you do that powder sugar,
Oh.
and then they say they groom them, but does that mean they're just